Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maya if you're new, and today I'm excited to be sharing with you my completed coloring pages for November 2025. So I have my turmeric latte here and my mat ready, and I'm in the fall mood because it's finally cold here and it finally feels like fall. It's been so hot here that I'm very excited. I'm wearing a sweater today. Okay, so the first page is out of Eerie, one of my favorite artists, and I love these books because the paper is amazing, and the line art is simple, so that you can do your own thing. You know what I mean? You could really be creative with it because the line art is relatively simple. So I did this page. I started it a while ago, and it is the Little Women page. So you have Meg, Joe, Beth, and Amy. I never read Little Women, but I know it's a classic story. Maybe one day with my kids I'll read it. But anyway, yeah, I used water-based marker and Calero. I have some shiny Calero metallic watercolor in the background there for the checkerboard. And I used acrylic markers. I used a lot of watercolors, my Primas, with pencils on top. And I also used, I'll show you this gold. I showed it in a haul before. This Ho2, it comes in a pack of like gold markers, and I love the color of the gold. That's what the line is here. The lines on the checkerboard, that is with that. And I'm pretty sure I used my Kuretake and my Calero gold for the frames. So I love it. Each one has her own personality. She's into music, art, reading, and I think maybe gardening. I don't know. You guys, one of you may know. But yeah, I love this page. And I have another whip in here that I would like to complete after, maybe in January or February. This one, it's an Eastern European tail. I don't know exactly what the tail is, but that is a whip that I am wanting to complete. But yeah, that's my page for November, and I love how it came out. I did cover quite a bit of the line work with gel pens and stuff like that. So that is that one in Eerie. Love that one. The next book is Women's Wisdom, Empowering Words to Color and Contemplate. And I finished this double page spread. Let me get it in frame. Basically, it's a mixed media page. So the background is a colorful black acrylic marker by Langau from this series. And they're all very dark colors. So it's one of those in the background. And then the purple is a White Night, one of the new White Night watercolors. And then I did pencil on top. Here I added quite a bit of Artex acrylic markers and some more watercolors. This mountain is actually paper, one of my jelly prints. I have a video coloring with paper, and where I show how I kind of do that. It's very, very easy. The moon is one of my favorite Calero colors. I forget the name of it, but I will look it up when I do my favorites for the year. But that's the moon, and she is she has some watercolor and acrylic marker. It was a pretty easy page, believe it or not, because it's not that complicated. But and then I did all the water with different acrylic markers and metallic markers and gel pens. So yeah, that was so much fun to do. I really enjoyed it, and I'm glad I did the words as well. I did it last month. I did this one, and I did the words as well. But I thought, oh, this one took very long. I don't know if I'll do it again, but this one didn't take that long. So I think I'm gonna try to catch up and color the words, because yeah, I started catching up. Here we go. So this one, when I originally did this side, I have a color with me, by the way, on this. I didn't do this one yet, but I started. I used a little bit of a different pink, and so I started because I kind of think I want to do the words and the picture. I want to color everything. That's my new thing that I want to do, and it's just fun, just take gel pens and acrylic marker, just easy, you know. Yeah, and so my next one that I want to do is this one. I started it already. This is another Langau marker in the background from the green set. And I love that. I have no regrets. That's a nice quote. But anyway, this is my page for November, and I am very, very pleased with how it came out. I love the color palette. This is my favorite green ochre. So that is Women's Wisdom by Get Creative 6. Love that one. Okay, my next book is a very large one. I'm going to try to fit it in. Hold on, let me go out a little bit. There we go. It's called Goblin Core, and it's by Kaleidoscope Coloring. It's poster art, so it's basically very, very thick kind of pages, like posters for you to color. So I did this page this month, and it's actually one of my favorites. I love mushrooms and snails, so to have them together in the same illustration is really, really fun. And the background is India inks. So I did a couple of layers of the India inks, and I will be doing a video on that. And here is some India inks as well. And then the actual illustration, I did use some alcohol marker to base some of it. And I used pencils on top. I also use watercolors in here. So it's watercolors, pencils, and a lot of gel pens and some acrylic markers too. I used on this these little twirly things. Yeah. So it's a mixed media, definitely, page. And, oi, I just saw that I didn't do the dragonfly. Hang on. Okay, I'm back. I just colored that with some gel pens and the gold marker. But yeah, that is the page. I love how it came out, and very autumny. I did use the white, the silver Kuretake ink there for the bubbles. And to cover the lines, I used the Langau gel pen. So that's from the calligraphy set before they did the other ones. But yeah, love how that one came out. And that is called Goblin Core. I got this for $5 at Five Below, which is a discount store that we have here in the United States. And I got it mostly for some of these, like I love that one, the mushroom. I want to do that one. So cute. And there's a couple like that one. There's from this, it's the same illustrator, and I really like it. So that one, that's why I got them. But that one was just calling to me, the one that I did, because I don't know, it was just calling to me. I wanted to use inks in the background. So yeah, that's Goblin Core. The next book is Shooting Star by Maria Trolle. And the page that I did is actually this one. Basically, I used, Neocolor 2 for the background. Then I went with pencil on top to make it a little bit brighter. And I used acrylic markers for the trees that are further away. These two closer trees, I used a granulating watercolor. And I went on top with pencil on all of them. And then the snowy hills are a granulating watercolor. And then pencils on top. So, and then this is like a red Calero, or maybe Finetec. Yeah, like a Finetec metallic watercolor. And I covered quite a bit of the lines with my white gel pen, again, the Langau. It comes in like a pack like this from AliExpress, like maybe 5 or 6 of them. And what else? I did a little neon around, because the squirrel is holding like a star in his mouth. So I did a little bit of a glow of a neon around it with a neon pencil. But yeah, that is that one. And this is one that I did a color with me. If you want to see the process, it's very easy for that one. But yeah, this is like a wintry piece, so I really liked it. Getting in the fall mood. I kind of used, I forgot to say, I used a Joanna Stone palette. Let me go get it. I think it was this one that I started out with, and no, maybe it wasn't that, because I had a yellow. I'm trying to remember which one. Maybe it was this one. Yeah, this one right here. Okay, Autumn Flight. So I kind of started with this palette here, and then I brought in the green with that one. So yeah, that's the palette that I used to kind of get me going to use a different like color palette. Yeah, that's the one. So let me move that. Yeah, that's the one. So this is out of Cute and Comfy Autumn Palette Book. I showed this in a video. I have a video about her color palette books. So yeah, that is this page, and I really, really love it. Definitely. This book is so much fun. I love it. I want the new books, the two new books, the Christmas and the other one, the Autumn, but I'm going to wait for the English versions. Okay, while I was off camera, I started doing the gold. You see here? I'm covering the entire line here, the outline, with this gold marker. I don't know if you could see I think that looks so much better. So I was doing that off camera with this. And by the way, this is linked in my Amazon storefront. If I remember, I'll put a separate link, but it's in there. All my favorite stuff is in there. But yeah, I'm going to go around the entire thing here and do the outline. Okay, I just did it. I don't know if you could see the line. It's that finishing touch that just makes it that much better. So yeah, that is Shooting Star. By the way, I'm pre-filming this because I am going to visit my parents in Las Vegas. So by the time you see this, I will be in Las Vegas. And I love going there for Thanksgiving. My mom makes amazing cornbread, so I'm looking forward to that. And by the way, I hope you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving to all my American friends. Okay, Dream Coloring for Kids. This is called, there's another one in the series. I have the other one as well. It's called Calming Coloring for Kids. I did flip throughs for these 2 years ago, if you want to check it out on my YouTube. And since then, many of you have told me that you got it. It's such a gem. It's like $8 on Amazon US. So, yeah, it's a gem. So I have several pages in here that I did over the years. And that one, but this month is this one. I did the entire background with a purple acrylic marker to give it a nice frame. And then I used a lot of watercolors in here. Acrylic markers, pencils on top of the watercolor, and gel pens and acrylic paint pens. So there's a lot in here, but it's fun. These illustrations are a lot of fun. I chose this because it kind of felt autumn-y for me. To me. My other autumn-y one was 2 years ago. I did this one, which I also love. But yeah, this month is this one. Okay, the next book is Coloring Book of Animals by Camila Garfano. And as you can see, I got this book for $7 at the children's section at my bookstore. So I have a flip through of this and all the other books of this series on my video called Children's Coloring Book Haul. So this month I completed this page, and it is the owls. They're so cute. I did the entire background with a Langau acrylic marker from the Colorful Black series. I also did it here. And I actually drew this circle with a plate. I'm going to show you in a video all about that. Maybe, yeah, in the future. So I wanted to do this page with, for the fall, because it kind of gives me like fall vibes. But I didn't have time. So I just did this one. And last month I did another fall page. This one. So I kind of just enjoyed this one so much that I did this one similar to it, basically. But the background is the Kurtaki gold. And the illustration itself is watercolors with pencil on top. And I covered all the lines with acrylic paint pens. So hopefully you could see that. My cute little owl couple for the fall. I think they're really cute with the acorns. So yeah, that is my page in Coloring Book of Animals. The next book is Droomreis by Maria Trolle also. And this is one of her older books, and some of them are single-sided. It's a very weird, unique book, but it's not my favorite of hers, and so I've only done this page. Finally, I completed it, and I am so happy that it's finally finished because it was a very long-standing work in progress. So, basically, the background are the Inktense paints, the pastel kind of set. There's a lot of watercolor in here, some fine liners, gel pens, everything basically. Neocolor 2 and metallic watercolors for this white flower, see? But yeah, very, very fun and cute page, very fall-ish. I decided to give her a blue dress so she could kind of stand out against all the fall colors. But it was fun. It was fun. I'm glad though that I finished it because it was such a long-standing whip. And I don't know why I dragged it out for so long. I've had it maybe for like over a year, something like that. Anyway, I hope you guys like that. I'm really happy that I finally have a completed page in this book. And I do want to do some of these in alcohol marker because it's single-sided. So I want to try that. I want to try that and see how that goes in this book. But yeah, that is Maria Trolle Droomreis. My fall page. Yeah. Okay, the next coloring book is Fantastic Fungi. The coloring book. Illustrated by Rohan Danielle Eason. And this is a coloring book that goes along with this book. There's a book all about mushrooms, and there's different essays about them and photographs and stuff. So this coloring book was published to go along with it. So there's actually photographs of real mushrooms and how colorful they are in the back. And this is the page that I did for November. And I basically based this entirely with my watercolors. And then I went on top with pencils. I did do a little bit of Calero red and right here on the leaves, on the outlines of the leaves. And I covered quite a bit of the lines. I mixed my two Kuretake inks to make this like off-white color for the spots of the mushroom. So I don't know if you could see that. I mixed the silver with a little bit of the gold to make it like an off-white kind of color. So it's a little bit shiny, the spots there. And I shaded underneath them a little bit to make them pop a little. And I covered the top of the line with a white gel pen for the spots. So I think it looks good. And my only other completed page in here is this one, which I did a while ago. But I did start another page in here. So this is a work in progress, and hopefully I could finish that maybe in January or February. But this is just a fun book if you like mushrooms. So it's stitch bound, and I also started this one. So it could be fun to do like crazy colors and experiment in here. There's also a little bit of the essays from the actual book in here. So that's kind of cool. So yeah, that is my page for November. I tried to use kind of fall colors, so, and that's why I pulled this book out, because for the fall. Okay, so the next book is Hansel and Gretel by Amandine Young. And this was a Happy Mail gift from Dana's Coloring Obsession. So Dana, thank you so much. I love it. This was my missing book from the series. And I love these books by Amandine Young. I really love them. So I finished my first page in here, and it is this one. I think it's the witch. I made this smoke like green color. I used some neon pencils in the green smoke, like the yellow and the green neon pencils to kind of make it stand out. And I used, as you could see, alcohol marker to base the entire illustration. And I used pencils on top. And because of my viewer, I think Melinda is her name, she asked me to check if the polychromos pencils work on this paper, because it's a very interesting paper. I wish RJ Hampson used this kind of paper. It's really nice. This is the best paper that I have seen so far from Amazon, and it's definitely premium. So, and there is like a little bit of a shine to it, but it's not shiny. It's just, it has resistance. So you can use watercolors. I have used watercolors. But the polychromos pencils work very nicely on this paper. So when I tried it out for her, I decided to finish it up all with polychromos. And I think because of you, Melinda, I am going to use polychromos and alcohol markers for these books because it really works well. So I think I'm going to continue. I have a polychromos here on my desk here. I think I'm going to continue using that. So they work really nicely on this paper. So yeah, I love how that one came out. I have a whip that I would like to finish at some point. I don't know if maybe not in December, but maybe January. I love that. So that is Hansel and Gretel, and I will leave the links to all of this in my description box. Okay, the next book is Mon Super Livre de Coloriage, Shhatz. So thank you to my 3 years of French that I took in high school, by Maureen Gosselin. So if I said that wrong, please correct me. But anyway, this is the page that I did. I showed it in my flip through as a whip, as a work in progress. And I have a flip through of this book on my channel. It's adorable. It's very large. But yeah, so I did the galaxy background with watercolors and a little bit of pencil on top here and there. And then I did a granulating watercolor for the clouds as well. I based all the cats with water-based marker, and then I did pencil on top. So, and then I used different metallic elements for the stars and stuff. So yeah, I love how that one came out. So much fun, so cute, and just adorable. The way that she illustrates cats is very adorable. I just love it. So yeah, that is Shhatz. So check it out if you haven't on my channel. I got it from Lyrica. The next book is Le Petite Sirène by Amandine Young. And I finished this one. I started it on a coloring update with you guys when I was trying out the Ohuhu chisel tip, the new flexible chisel by Ohuhu. And I had a really fun time doing this background. I think it's really cool and painterly and like artistic. So I based this with alcohol marker entirely, and pretty much Ohuhu, mostly, pretty much just Ohuhu, I think. And I went on top with pencils, I think polychromos and Holbein, just because the Holbeins are on my desk. And then the white bubbles I did with my Kuretake silver ink. The blue frame with the blue metallic, it's blue metallic watercolor by Caliro. And yeah, it is Cinderella and the Prince. So, not Cinderella, what am I saying? The Little Mermaid and her prince. And I think it kind of has fall colors, so that kind of works. Yeah, that is that one. I really enjoy coloring with alcohol marker and pencils in these books. I love the size of them too. This one's my favorite, I think, of all of hers. Okay, the next book is Cats, Coloring for Mindfulness. And this is a page that I started with you guys when I was showing the Joanna Stone color palette books. And I finished the page. Where is it? Here it is. So I finished that one. I started it in the video. and I used one of the palettes. I had a really fun time with it. I used water-based markers in here, the Fine Tech watercolors for the shiny parts of the blanket. I used acrylic markers on the stripes of the cat, some watercolors as well. And then to create this like darkness, I used oil pastel, some black oil pastel around. And then I also put a little bit of black Prismacolor and black oil pastel around the cat to make it 3D, like he's kind of on the blanket there, cuddling in the blanket. So I think it came out cute in the end. And yeah, that's another page in my cat's book, which is awesome. So maybe I will make it a project book and finish this book. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So that's Cats. A lot of you have told me that you purchased it because of my channel, and I really hope you enjoy it as much as I do and find it relaxing and just enjoy it. Okay, the next book is Twilight Garden. Yeah, by Maria Trolle. And I did a long-standing whip is where I finished like a very long-standing whip. It's this one. And I did the background originally a long time ago with Inktense paints. And I started a little bit of the leaves, and then I abandoned it for a very long time. I finally came back to it because it kind of has like autumn vibes because of the color of the background. So I used kind of pastel-y colors for the actual illustration just because of the background is so dark and colorful, just to contrast with it. And I had a lot of fun. I showed it in my Artex video. I colored a little bit of these flowers with the Artex. Also the pink ones I think I colored with the Artex acrylic markers. So I showed a little bit of it then. And then I covered a lot of the lines with gel pens and acrylic paint pens. So yeah, that one is a lot of fun. And this book, like I mentioned before, is one of the books that I like to recommend for beginners because it's pretty easy to practice your pencil work and stuff. So yeah, I need to do more in here and kind of maybe do a tutorial. That would be cool. I love that one. This is one that I wanted to do next. So we'll see. That's Twilight Garden. Okay, the next book is Le Petit Chaperon Rouge, A Little Red Riding Hood by Amandine Young again. And I started this page for October. And I almost finished it, but I didn't have enough time to finish in October. So it's a whip that carried over to November. And this is the page. You can see why I chose it for October. It has the pumpkins. And I did some purple and green in the clouds. I did the neon green on the top of the clouds there. And I love how it came out. I love like the clouds that she did here in the bottom. And it kind of gives like, with the bats, it kind of gives you like an eerie type of vibe for the nighttime vibe. So I love that. So yeah, I based this with alcohol marker, as you could see. And I used quite a bit of the Oros, the Artex Oros, and a little bit of Ohuhu as well. And the little squirrel here, he is in love. He's bringing her a flower. It's so cute. But yeah, this page was very, very just fun to color. I love her. Keep saying it, but I really love her illustrations. They're just so fun for me. I don't know, something about them. I love the size of the book as well. So that is my first page, completed page in here. I have another whip. This one I showed in my video about the soft chisel by Ohuhu. So I started that one. Hopefully I could finish it it kind of looks a little Christmassy. So maybe either December or January or February. That could be a good one to work on. And did I start anything else in here? No, but I love it. Love all of her books. So yeah, I want to do this squirrel couple. That's really cute. Anyway, I used a little bit of watercolor. I forgot to say. See there's no brown here. The fence, the brown fence, is actually watercolor with pencil on top, and watercolor works very nicely on this. It didn't warp it too much, and it doesn't soak in. I love that it doesn't soak in. You can blend the watercolor and stuff on top because this paper is fantastic. It has resistance to it, so it has like some kind of coating on it. But yeah, so that is Le Petit Chaperon Rouge by Amandine Young. Okay, the next book is Botanicum by Maria Trolle. And this is a long-standing WIP that I have finally finished. It's this one. I decided to create a background with one of the acrylic markers. And this is pretty much based with watercolor, pretty much. A little bit of pencil on top. But yeah, mostly watercolor. And I'm glad it's finally finished because it was a very, very long-standing WIP. And it was fun to do. The next one I want to do is this one. I want to complete this page. I started it a long time ago with Inktense and watercolor. So I want to finish that one next. But yeah, that was my page for November in Botanicum. Okay, so a couple of WIPs that I wanted to show that I didn't get to finish for November, that I wanted to finish for November. And one of them is this one. Where is it? This one. In Yururi Mouse coloring book. This is a carryover from last autumn. And I didn't finish it, but I think I will try to finish it sometime this winter. Or in the next coming months. So I started that with watercolors and Supracolor watercolor pencils. So I hope I will go back to that. And I picked this one out for the winter, for like December. So hopefully I can work a little bit on both of them while I have it out, you know. So that's one WIP that I didn't get to. Sadly, I didn't get to Enchanted Forest either. And I usually love to color in this book for the fall. So I'm bummed about that, and I would have done anything in here. I could have, I have a couple of WIPs in here, so anything that would have, would have been good. I always wanted to do this one, but yeah, I'm just gonna keep it out and hopefully color in it a little bit in the winter. I want to work on this WIP, so it's fun to chip out. I just take it out, do like one little area and then put it back. So I didn't get to really work on that. And then I did not finish my long-standing WIP, which I wanted to finish, this one. So this WIP is like maybe 4 years old, 3 years old at least. And I didn't finish it. So maybe I will keep it out and work on it. I don't know. But I wanted to show that because I don't know when I'm going to do it. Also, I wanted to finish this one because I made it into an autumn-y page and I didn't get a chance to finish it because I had to pre-film and finish the video before I left for out of town. Also, this one, where's my pumpkin? There it is. This is a page in my super large book, Color Couture. And I really wanted to finish this page, but I didn't get a chance to. I did use paper for some of this. But yeah, maybe in the future I will finish that. Or I'll wait till next year. We'll see. And then another WIP that I really wanted to finish was this one for autumn. But I did not get a chance to finish it. So hopefully after December, I will go back to it. Or maybe in December. Maybe I'll do that in December. We'll see. So that is all I have for you in today's video. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please remember that I have been coloring for a very long time. And I color a lot with watercolor, which speeds things up. That's the only reason I can get as many pages as I get done. I don't use much pencil. The pencil that I use is just kind of like on top of the watercolor or other mediums. So because of the mixed media that I use, the pages go much faster. So just keep that in mind. And yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying your coloring, getting ready for December. I already started some of my December coloring, so I'm excited. And I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving if you are in the United States. I don't know when the Canadian Thanksgiving is, but if it's around this time, happy Thanksgiving to my Canadian people as well. And I will hope to see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.